and welcome to Mezzo Midnight. I am so excited to be filming this video because I haven't properly recorded in my room with my camera since the 30th of July. It's been over a month because I have been editing my Italy vlogs and that was the last thing I actually filmed. So I'm really excited to be back. And today I bring you a very late August edition of Media I Consumed this month. I know it's very late and I was planning on joining it with September, but I'm doing a movie challenge in September, which means the video would have been ginormous, so I decided not to join them. So let's just start with the August edition. The first song or group that I listened to the most in August was Queen. I know, very old. They don't make new music anymore, obviously, because Freddie Mercury has very sadly passed away a long time ago. But I was with my friends in Italy and they like really terrible songs that I don't like. And so I needed some rock in my life to amp up and not be I fucking hate my life. Listen to my 3 favorite songs, and the first one being Somebody to Love. And the second song I listened to a lot was Don't Stop Me Now, also by Queen. I love this song. This song makes me really happy every time I play it and makes me dance about, and so I'm really glad that I rejoined my love for Queen during August. The completed TV show that I watched in August was Insatiable. Well, when this TV show was first announced, this is a Netflix original, and when I saw the trailer and what everybody else was saying about it, I was like, this seems really wrong because it seems to be about fat shaming someone, and I was very much on the SJW train of cancel the show, this is not okay in any way, shape, or form. And then my close friends, whose opinion I really trust, told me that the TV show was really good and not about fat shaming at all. It was actually the opposite. So when I got home from Italy, I literally binged the entire thing in less than a week. And they were right. It's not about fat shaming at all. The TV show is in fact incredible. It's a little bit bizarre at points, but it's incredible. It is at all not fat shaming. If you don't know what it's about a teenager called Patty, and she was very overweight, very obese, even throughout all of her teen years. And everybody bullied her and picked on her and all of that. And then one day, a homeless guy tried to take away her chips bag or something, and so she punched him, and then he punched her back, and she ended up having her jaw wired shut, which meant that for 3 months she couldn't consume solid food, she could only drink it, which meant that when school started in September, she was very skinny. And I know the premise seems a little bit oh, you can only be hot when you're skinny and all that, but that is not what the show is about at all. Patty, even though she is in a skinny body, she still feels fat, she still feels not pretty, she still feels the same way as when people bullied her. And so she decides that she wants to get revenge on everybody that has ever picked on her, starting with the homeless guy. And then this other kid comes around called Bob, and he is a pageant girl coach, and he finds Patty really pretty and he wants to coach her into the pageant world. And that's how the story unfolds. The story is really great, it deals with a lot of subjects, and I really enjoyed it. I gave it like an A minus. It was really, really good, and I can't wait for the second season because it ended in a very big cliffhanger. So during my time in Italy, meaning the first 2 weeks of August, I didn't watch any movies or TV shows for that matter. So all of the movies that I'm going to mention I watched since I came back until the end of August. The first movie I rewatched when I came back from Italy was with a very good friend of mine, because she hadn't seen it before, and it was Mamma Mia 2. If you want to know more of my feelings about Mamma Mia 2, check out my July media. I'm not going to go into detail. I just still gave it an A minus because my rating didn't change that much from one month to another. Go watch my July media to find out more of what I thought of it. And the last Queen song that I have to share with you that I listened to a lot in the month of August was my favorite Queen song, and one of my favorite songs in general because I just think it's a masterpiece, Bohemian Rhapsody. I love this song. I have loved this song for many, many years. I think it's incredible, and I love like how it's basically 4 different songs mushed together into one. Like if you really pay close attention when you listen to Bohemian Rhapsody, you know that there's like 4 distinct parts of the song from like different genres of music kind of. And I absolutely love it. I think it's genius. I love this song. In August, I continued my Orange is the New Black rewatch, and I watched the end of season 2 and the entirety of season 3. This time it took a little longer because I am actually watching it with my mom. I am rewatching it, but my mom is watching it for the first time. And so we did watch together season 3, the one with Stella, which is played by Ruby Rose. If you didn't know, Ruby Rose is like my top celebrity crush. I love her. I want to marry her. She's so incredibly attractive. She's really hot and I really like her. And I hate Piper in season 3 because Piper is annoying. I like Piper during the first 2 seasons and then she just goes like downhill. I do really miss Nikki in season 3. It's really sad because Natasha Lyonne is also a celebrity crush because she's hot, you know. I love Orange is the New Black. Like, there's nothing I can say about it. I absolutely love Orange is the New Black. It's obviously an A+, and I am going to hopefully finish my rewatch during September and God knows, start season 6 for the first time. I am an excited being. Another thing that I was very obsessed with in terms of music during August was the soundtrack for Mamma Mia 2, because I watched the movie and I really enjoyed the songs. I love ABBA and I really enjoyed the songs. So basically the entirety of the soundtrack of Mamma Mia 2 was what I listened to during August. However, I am just going to show you like 3 songs because I listen to a lot of music in August and I don't want to make this video 5 hours long, which will probably already happen. So let's go. The first one is probably my favorite of the album Knowing Me, Knowing You, because I really like that song. So walking through an empty house, tears in my eyes. Here is where the story ends. This is goodbye. Knowing me, knowing you. There is nothing we can do. Knowing me, knowing you. We just have to face it this time. Please come through. This time we can do it. Breaking up is never easy. I know, but I know. This time I know. This time I know. Knowing me, knowing watched this month was Hotel Transylvania 3. I absolutely love Hotel Transylvania. I love this franchise. I really love the first movie, and I really enjoyed the second movie. The third movie, I have to say, was a slight disappointment because even though I still thought it was hilarious, because that's my main thing with Hotel Transylvania, I think it's hilariously hilarious, if that is even a thing. It's just so funny, but I felt like this third one was slightly forced, was a little bit unnecessary, and it lacked substance and actual plot, besides it being kind of predictable. I ended up giving it a B-, which is very low for something that I love, but this third movie just felt very forced. Of course, I'm not going to tell you what it's about because it is in direct correlation with the first two movies, but I just didn't enjoy it quite as much. It was still hilarious, that's why I still gave it a B, but minus because it didn't have plot. The next Mamma Mia song I have for you is Andante Andante. I didn't know this ABBA song when I first watched the movie, and I really enjoyed it. I don't know why I never heard of it. I guess it's a little bit more obscure like all of the songs in Mamma Mia too, but I really enjoyed this song, clearly because I listened to it a lot during August. Final Mamma Mia 2 song that I have for you. Again, don't take this list that seriously because I did listen to the entire album in August, but the next one is probably the one I listen to the absolute most, and it is Fernando, sang by Cher. Also, don't you think this child makes me look very Donna, very young Donna? Because I do think it does. But coming back to Fernando, I think it's so great, and even though I was slightly sad that Cher only appeared for 2 seconds in the movie, I still really enjoy this song despite the cringy choreo. And the final TV show I have for you this month was a suggestion by two of my really good friends, and it is Brooklyn Nine-Nine. While I was in Italy, my friends were like, you need to watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine, you need to watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine, you will love it. So I did watch the first season, and I did love it. It was so good, such a good show. Brooklyn Nine-Nine is basically about a police station, NYPD, at New York City Police, and it features the main character, Jake Peralta, which is a very good detective, although very childish. In the first episode, a new captain arrives at the police station, and his name is Raymond Holt, and he's a very stern man because he's had to work twice as hard to get half as far than anybody else, because not only is he black, but he is also gay, and you can imagine how a black gay cop probably did during his career, it was probably really hard. And so he really believes in Jake, and he really wants him to succeed and be the great detective that he can be, but he also needs him to follow rules that Jake was not used to doing. Then there's all of the other characters like Amy Santiago, Rosa Diaz, Charles Boyle, and Gina, all of these other characters who are all amazing. All of the characters are amazing. My favorite one is obviously Rosa because she is awesome and badass, and I also really love Jake. My friend really loves Amy Santiago, and she desperately wants me to like her. I do like her a little bit more by the end of the first season, but she's still not my favorite because I think she's kind of boring. And I would give the first season of Brooklyn Nine-Nine a solid B+. And now we enter the Panic at the Disco realm. If you remember, before I went to Italy, I did my reaction to Panic at the Disco's new album, Pray for the Wicked, and you can guess how obsessed I was with its entirety. Whilst in Italy, I obviously downloaded all of the songs and listened to them non-stop. I am just going to talk to you about the ones that I listened to the absolute most and still do in September. I've just been listening to Panic Panic at the Disco non-stop. And the first one is Old Fashioned. I love this song and I listened to it until it was dead. So much, friends, like so much. Next song I have is Dying in LA, one of my top 3 songs of Pray for the Wicked. I absolutely love it. It's so good, like so good. It makes me very nostalgic for some reason. Don't really know why. And the final movie that I watched in August was To All the Boys I've Loved Before. I know, the craze of the summer. Everybody's talking about To All the Boys I've Loved Before. Everybody's talking about Noah Centineo, and I get why, because he is so hot. Like, oh my god. I watched To All the Boys I've Loved Before, like, the day after it came out, because I didn't want to deal with all of the rage, everybody talking about it, you know. Still couldn't avoid it because I did see loads of it in my timeline and I was like, right, can't deal with the hype, I'm gonna watch it right now because I don't want to deal with more hype. And I'm glad I did, because if I had watched it now, I would have probably been very disappointed because of all the hype. To All the Boys I've Loved Before. If you don't know, this is a book by Jenny Han. And I read this book in 2015, the summer of 2015, through audiobook. It was like my first audiobook ever, so it has always had a very special place in my heart because it was the way I started listening to audiobooks, which is something that I do on a regular basis right now. I remember loving the story so much so that I gave it 5 out of 5 stars on Goodreads, and it's just such a cute story. It's about a girl named Lara Jean who, when she has a really hard crush on someone, she writes a letter to that someone and puts it in a box. So it helps her deal with her feelings towards these boys, and so she doesn't have to tell them about it. One day, her letters get sent to all of the 5 boys she's had a crush on throughout her entire life. And this is basically the premise of the book and of the movie, of course. It is incredible. I would highly recommend you reading the book because the book is obviously better than the movie, but the movie is great. The movie is literally so good. I absolutely adored it. The main girl, the girl that they chose to play Lara Jean, is just perfect. Noah Centineo is perfect for the role of Peter Kavinsky. Like, I just wish we had gotten more of Josh, the next door neighbor. I really do, because I remember liking Josh in the book. Of course, I don't remember the book like detail by detail, but I vaguely remember really liking Josh as well. Because like then it kind of becomes a love triangle, and the movie, like, you don't see anything even remotely regarding a love triangle. Also, my favorite thing about this book was the sisters' relationship, because Lara Jean has an older sister called Margot and a younger sister called Kitty, and we do have some really sweet moments in the movie. I just wish we could have gotten even more song sister moments in the movie. I am really hoping that they do make this sequel because I have been meaning to read the sequel since 2015. I just kind of started procrastinating it and never did, but now that the 3 books are out, I really want an audiobook, P.S. I Still Love You and Always and Forever Lara Jean, as they seem also like really sweet contemporary books. I did really enjoy the movie, even though of course it wasn't quite as good as the book, and I gave it a B+. And the second to last song I have is probably tied for first place in my favorite Pray for the Wicked song, and it is Roaring 20s. I love this song so much. It might even be my favorite song from the album, and I listened to it loads during this month. I just love it. I think it's great. I love the sound of it. I love the lyrics. I love the melody. I love Brendan's voice. But that is not very fair because I love Brendan's voice in everything he sings. And the last song and media item I have for you is High Hopes by Panic! At the Disco. The other song that's tied for first place as my favorite in the album. I love it. And it's definitely like the one I listen to the most. I am still listening to it on a daily basis. Can't get enough of this song. It's so addictive, so good. I love it. And I also love that this song is bringing more people to Panic, because I've spoken to at least like 3 people who started listening more to Panic or who had never heard of them and started listening to Panic because of High Hopes and because of this album. And that makes me really happy, really happy, because I desperately want a Panic concert in Portugal, and that will only happen if more people start listening to them and buying tickets. So I love this song. Let's roll. There you go, guys. This was my media I consumed this month for the month of August. I really hope you have enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next video.